So Andrew, you've just come off stage. You said you were a little bit nervous, but your storytelling, the way you talk authentically on stage, I just think has blown everyone away. Tell me, how was it really?
Honestly, my knees were shaking, the adrenaline was running. Look, I speak on stage all the time, but it's the audience. It's an incredible audience. It's the opportunity to speak to these people. They're from all over the world, amazing women representation in there as well. I said to you yesterday, I just felt a real responsibility to get it right and get the tone right. I always wanted to be myself, but it's sort of just telling the story authentically. And I know they won't hear many speakers talk like I did today. And the idea is that we just create some memorable stuff, but it's all true and it's all real and it's all authentic. And I think it's okay for men to be vulnerable and talk about these things that we didn't get right and actually what we need to change about ourselves.
I love that you sit there, and talk about something that actually is a very hard thing to talk about, a topic that, men are very vulnerable. And I think in your success to bring that vulnerability into the picture is really important. What does it mean to you to speak to men out there as well as women in this kind of sphere?
I think, as I said on stage, it's hard for men now. Men have so many different balancing things. I think in the generations before us, men would go to work. They wouldn't really be expected to do much else. And certainly that was the family I grew up in. But now men are expected to work, to be good fathers, to be good husbands, and to be around. And I think it's very difficult because they have conflicting needs and there's only so many hours in the day. But actually, I still think today women take the psychological burden of children still. Men still generally go about their way. And it's a big generalization, but men generally go about and do what they need to do. But I think for them there is a higher expectation from society on them, and that's a shift, that's a change, and even vulnerability and everything is important. So for the men, I just think keep going, keep trying to balance all of those things. Make time for your family, make time for yourself, and just don't get caught in the corporate rat race because it's so easy to do that, and just try and be outside of it.
Thank you. And you're a great advocate for women. I know what you've done within the companies that you've been in. Supporting women, pushing women to the forefront has been a big part of your work. You're from a strong female family, which I know, I've heard your story several times, super inspiring. Tell me, what does it mean to be able to get that message out in front of 600-700 women today?
Well, it means everything, and that's why I was so nervous, because I think it's really important that we have men be very real and talk about it. And at these events, often things can be a bit corporate and a bit formulaic, and they're a little bit like a sales pitch. I'm not selling anything. I'm just saying, here's what I was successful, here's what I learned, here's what I know now. And actually, if I knew this now, then I wouldn't have need to have gone through that 10-year journey to get to that point. So I think to be able to tell that story to women authentically and have them listen, but not just from the UK, from global, like that, and that's what's so special. And Mirella is just one of the best conductors of this I've ever met. And so to speak to her network and be introduced to them, it's just a privilege from my perspective. So yeah, from my side, it is incredible to tell the story, to be authentic, to be myself, to be nervous, to be all those things, and still have a great reception and a great round of applause and everything at the end. So yeah, I'm incredibly grateful.
Andrew, I think we know that you are fantastic, and we're so glad that you graced our stage, and we hope you come back next year. Thank you so much for being on this stage. Any last kind of word to the world, to our little world?
Wherever Mirella invites me, I will be there. So let's go somewhere sunnier next time and we'll do it from there. But no, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Come to the retreat. She's doing a retreat. You're going to hear about it later today. Thank you so much.